How's it going, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning into this video. And before we begin with the new purchase, I personally want to thank each and every one of you who left the absolute kindest words in the last video. If you haven't seen the last video, me and Andy had talked about us expecting a new child, and that we are super excited for it, and all of y'all just really hit the feels in the comments, so thank you guys so much for that. Me and Andy are super excited, and I need to start working on her new crew cab. You want to say anything to the people that had left awesome comments last video?
Thank you, and we're doing pretty good.
Andy's busy washing her truck, getting my truck wet. And so in the last video, of course, I talked about picking up a new crew cab, but with that purchase, I picked up another truck. So now we have 4. We'll be talking about the other one specifically this video, and I want to give you guys a chance to give me some feedback on what I should do with this truck. I'll let you know kind of my plans for it, but I want y'all's opinions honestly. Like it'll be a hot minute before I get to it. I'll start working on it after the wife's crew cab is built, but I genuinely want y'all's opinions and feedbacks on possibly the plans for the future with this thing. So working down the list, we got my wife's 1995 Chevy K3500 extended cab dually. It's got a 6.5 in it. Then we have the star of the channel, my 97 Chevy K3500 crew cab long bed. Once upon a time it was a dually, and I will be swapping it back to a dually here at some point. Also with the 6.5 turbo diesel. Now the first purchase we picked up was, this is my wife's brand new to us. It's also a 97 Chevy K3500 factory single wheel with the 6.5 turbo diesel. And this was the other gem that I picked up on that deal. So I bought both of these trucks for $2,800. This one is a 95 extended cab long bed Chevy K2500 with the 6.5 turbo diesel. Isn't that just the most majestic looking hood ornament there ever was? Not gonna lie to you guys, this one is in pretty rough shape. So we will be going over the potential build plans for this one, and I know I haven't given any build plans on the 97 crew cab other than I'm going to swap back to a dually. We haven't given any plans as far as the extended cab dually, and the wife is not going to give any plans away for her crew cab. So I at least want to entertain you guys with some ideas I have for this extended cab. So I know somebody's going to ask me, why do I keep picking up white Chevy 6.5 trucks? I don't intend on buying all 6.5s that are white, okay? It's just the ones that I come across that are filled with deals. So this is the new 95, and I promise it gets better from just the exterior. So this is the other Chevy that I picked up from the $2,800 deal. And this one is in quite a bit rougher shape as far as the body goes. The motor's in better condition than this one, but the body gets so much better. Looking at the inner fender wells, this is all pushed up. Tires are a little to be desired. All the paint is peeling off, of course, the roof. Let me get up there. It's completely sun-baked to the point where paint is non-existent. Absolutely hate those steps. Those will be coming off. And we can see a bit of bed damage back here. Let's see. This is all pushed out and bent and not attached. It's actually separated from the inner part of the bed. You can see that it does have fifth wheel and gooseneck mounts. It's just got the rails. This part of the bed is rolled over, so somebody was really rough on this truck. So I told you guys in the last video that that truck made a fool of me, that the tailgate didn't work. Well, this one, oh my goodness, a Chevy tailgate that works. Holy crap. So that tailgate will be going on this one because that one has a humongous dent on it. Tow package, and then this is where she gets a little more hairy. So that is rolled up underneath, humongous dent right here, and it actually dented the back of the cab. The frame is all nice and clean, and it even has the factory exhaust. So all the damage back here, all the damage to the bed, and then it's got this dent right here in the cab. For that, I just have to cut that out and redo it, but the bed is completely shot. There ain't no saving that, in my opinion. I'm not gonna take the time to save that bed. You can see right here, somebody bent the inner fender up so they could replace the idler arm bracket, and this side's a little better than the other side. Of course, I absolutely hate the steps, but it is clean under here. It's got a little bit of oily residue, but that's what you get for buying diesels. Front of it, that grill will probably be going on the 97 over there. Let's check out underneath. Pretty clean. No rot. Looks like the fuel tank's leaking a little bit. Typical. Has a muffler on it, and it's got a cat on it. Up front, not terribly oily. Oh yeah. Let's see what gems we can find in here. So, beautiful blue interior. I know I now own 3 trucks with blue interior. The wife's dually has red interior. It's got that typical 95 dash, just like the wife's. That fell down. I imagine the tabs are, yeah, they're busted. Gotta get a new one of these. 4 on the floor. The seats are absolutely perfect. It's got the center console. Back seat. Let's see what treasures we can find in here. Holy crap. Haynes diesel repair manual. Save that, even though I know I already have that, but let's see. Some coolant. Let's check out the ashtrays. Nobody's smoked in there. Back seats in really good condition. Even the backs of the seats aren't hanging down or anything like that. Let's see. I believe we can fold these up. Oh boy. Alright, let me get all the shit out of this seat here. Ooh. A little bit of the carpet missing right there, but that looks to be factory. All nice. Let's see. You know, the jack is right there, but that's all together. Floor's dirty, but what do you expect? Comes with a set of used jumper cables. Let's see, any treasures in here? No, even that's clean. That's a little dingy. Let's see, what's a good, okay, so cup holder slash CD holder is missing, pretty dingy in there. Oh, it's even got the little coin holder. Wow. So somebody cared about the interior of this truck, kinda. That's not in terrible shape. Driver's seat isn't all ripped over on that side. It actually has power. Oh. Vent shades aren't all flopping down or anything. Let's see. Lights work. Nice. Eureka. Every 6.5 owner knows the feeling. Oh, it's got a resistor in it too. That is a number 5. Alright, so that's factory settings on that PMD, or factory resistor on that PMD. Doors aren't all, wow. That's, it's kind of flopping off there, but that's just these plastic little clips here. And let's see what other gems came with this truck. So it came with a humongous front bumper. Not positive yet if I'm going to use this bumper. It's super heavy duty bumper. I do kind of like it for one of the plans that I have for this truck. Don't necessarily know if I'm going to use it yet, but I'll go over my plans with it here in just a sec. It does come with the 5th wheel gooseneck rails. These will be going over in the wife's dually or in the bed of the wife's crew cab. Here's a little more of that 95 patina. So anybody knows 90 Chevrolet, the paint is absolutely junk, so we'll be getting rid of the paint on this one. Now let's let this little eagle soar for a minute and pop the hood on this 95. I gotta tell you guys, I was actually really surprised at the underhood of this thing because it is really, really clean. The previous owner said that coolant was in the oil pan of the engine. I haven't bothered to try and start it all yet because I checked the oil and it's currently out of oil, or at least it wasn't showing on the dipstick. But let's get your teeth in here, let's see. But this thing is damn near close to factory as it gets. The airbox is still in place. The vacuum pump is still down there. It's got a relocation kit for the PMD, has a factory PMD still hooked onto the injection pump, which is totally normal. Looks like it's got some debris in here. Let's see, GM turbo. I don't know, can't read their numbers right now. I imagine that's either, it's probably a GM3. But it is just clean under here, aside from the leaves and stuff. The liner of the hood is coming down. It's pretty normal for 20, almost 7 years old, depending on when it was made. But when I pulled the dipstick, when I looked at this truck, the dipstick was stuck. I honestly thought somebody had JB welded it in, but the dipstick is so rusty. And there's a little bit of dirt and shit down at the bottom. Let's see if I can get it back in place. But there's absolutely no oil in it. Didn't even bother trying to start it. But cap for the washer fluid. Super clean. The crank does spin. I checked to make sure the engine is free, but this is the one that supposedly cracked heads, cracked block, or head gaskets. So I'll have to tear into that a little more once we start getting going on it. But So obviously I put the new trailer to work. I've already put about 500 miles on it, right around 550 miles on it. I towed it back with my pickup through the Smoky Mountains. I towed the wife's back with the tow bar, and oh my god, guys, this was an absolute lifesaver. Night and day difference for sure. I did go out and buy a Harbor Freight winch for it, and I welded up the plate, and that is 1/2-inch plate, and that is never coming off unless I unbolt it from the bottom. I got a new battery for it, and it just held up so good. I was super happy with it. It made loading this and bringing it home an absolute breeze. So let's go over some of the plans that I actually have for this thing. I know I haven't given you guys, like I said, any details on what's going to happen with the wife's dually, what's going to happen with my crew cab, or what's going to happen with the wife's crew cab. This thing, I'm actually going to discuss the plans as far as what I hope this thing can become. So I don't want every single one of these trucks to be built the same, because that is absolutely boring. I need each one of these trucks to be functional and work and tow whatever trailer I want to hook up to, and to potentially get more projects, because I need more in my life. No, I really want to get into Ford IDI stuff. I really need to do 6.2 IDI stuff. I know you guys have been hounding that of me for quite some time, and I just need a 6.2 here in order to more or less have a prop, if you will. But I really want to discuss the actual plans, or the two different plans that I have for this thing, because we're not going to give any information on what we're going to do with the rest of the fleet at this point. So plan number one for this truck right here: turn it into a service truck. Now hear me out. A service truck isn't all that exciting, I get that, but it would not be just a regular 6.5 service truck. I do a lot of side work, whether it be on the weekends or after work, helping y'all with your builds, or just going to get different motors and parts out of junkyards and stuff. It is such a pain to load every friggin' tool I own in the back of this truck and then put it back into my toolbox. And realistically, a service truck would be really nice not to clutter the back seat of my daily. So I would genuinely like to make this a service truck. The bed's already junk. I already got a big, strong bumper for it that I can put a winch on it. So realistically, to complete that, I would just need a service bed. I'm not just going to do a service bed. Of course, the motor, I gotta figure out what's going on with the motor myself, because I don't take anybody's word for it. But I would love to paint it. I don't want all of these trucks being just white. I would really like to paint it. My favorite color besides white is a royal blue. That has been my two favorite colors for the absolute longest time. Would be a really nice rich royal blue. I would love to lift it and not just do a typical rough country lift. I actually want to solid axle swap this thing. I solid axle swapped my old black crew cab 6.5. I'll leave a picture right here if I can, with the new editing software that I have. I would love to find a Dana solid axle off a 90s Ford and put it in this thing. You can see the gear ratio, but I would love to lift it at least 6 to 8 inches. Put some decently sized wheels on it. 16s are getting awfully hard to come by, especially for these trucks. I know it has 16s on it right now, but I don't want to leave the factory wheels on it. I want to spruce it up quite a bit if I decide to keep it. So I'd like to go with like an 18 or a 20. I could always take the 20-inch wheels off of my crew cab and put it on this. That would be the cheapest bet. But again, I don't want all the other builds to look like the ones that I have. already. Solid axle swap, 18s or 20-inch wheels on some 35s or 37s. So for colors, possibly royal blue or a gunmetal gray with royal blue accents. That would be solid color with like traction bars and the lift kit and stuff like that, the other color. Service bed, same deal as the truck itself. Just find a 8-foot service bed and put that front bumper on it, get it all nice and looking right. Throw a Tommy gate on the back, stuff like that. Now the other plan that I have for it specifically is turn it into a really nice, almost show quality kind of build. Of course, I use and abuse all of my trucks, and it would not be like a true show quality build or anything like that, but stepping out of the realm of just white and black, picture, if you will, the truck is solid blue, still do the solid axle swap, some chrome wheels. I know we're getting away from black wheels for once. Put 25 or 35s or 37s on it. Visor or no visor, either one. I don't believe I'm gonna keep the Eagle. Let me let me know what you guys think about the Eagle. It's something. It's something, all right. Completely build the motor. Not like a super hot rod 6.5 motor or anything like that, but just get it up to where it's reliable and I can still use the truck. And then do away with this bed and just get a regular fleet side bed. So service bed or fleet side bed. I'm still going to use the truck. It's definitely getting a solid axle swap if I decide to keep it, but it's one of those two options. Either make it into a service truck that I can use for going and getting parts, like get a boom on it and stuff like that, or turn it into a really nice, almost, I don't want to drive it because it's too nice kind of truck, but I'm still going to beat the crap out of it. Or another paint color, and I know it's used way too often, is gunmetal gray with really royal blue accents. I'm kind of hung up on those colors, like get the whole truck painted a gunmetal or even a silver, like a really light silver, and then do blue accents on it. But if I keep it, definitely solid axle swap would be happening to it. I just don't know whether I wanted to keep it a fleet side and, you know, tow with it and stuff like that. It's a 3/4 ton, not a 1 ton. If I really wanted to tow something heavy, I'd just jump in the 1 ton. The springs handle the weight a little better. But those are the two primary plans with it. Now, another idea I have for it is part it out. I really don't want to do that because I'm really trying to save these things. It'd be almost sacrilegious for me, of all people, to just part out a 6.5. And you know, I can admit that some of them are just too far gone and there are reasons why they end up in the scrapyard, but I'm not the kind of guy to give up on realistically anything. So I'd really love to save this one, but if the budget doesn't permit it, then, you know, I'll sell the parts on the website. I've been selling 6.5 parts left and right on the website, idilegends.com. Check it out, get you some merch if you would like to. It really helps support what my wife and myself do. It's primarily her business. She runs all the transactions and stuff. We talk to you guys about your builds on the Instagram and stuff like that. She is absolutely awesome. She runs all of that. If there's any big questions like y'all need to know, then I'll jump in. But I really want to save each and every one of these trucks. So my wife just brought up a good point. Half of y'all in the comments would absolutely decimate me if I scrapped it out or parted it out, and the other half would absolutely love me parting it out, because countries like Canada and Australia and stuff like that, we've literally sent parts to Canada and Australia just because people aren't able to get the 6.5 parts that they need. Well, I sell parts on the website when I can, find a new block and tear it down and get the parts, hard to find stuff that people need. But those are my options with this. I really want to hear y'all's feedback. I would love, absolutely love, to make this just a nice fleet side truck with some big chrome wheels, keep the bumpers chrome and stuff like that. That would look so beautiful with just royal blue with a little bit of gunmetal gray parts or silver parts or anything like that. And it would honestly be really helpful and functional if I were to build a service truck out of it. Now, I would keep it tasteful, of course. Not all service beds are great. I would make it a beautifully functional truck. Of course, the solid axle swap, I don't need it, but I want to do that with this truck. A lot of people are going to hate me for putting Ford parts on Chevrolets. I don't care. I've done it before and I will do it again, because it's not fun having the same truck over and over again. I want to have multiple trucks so I can drive them multiple days. And honestly, the fleet's looking kind of just a fleet, if you will. So I want to get y'all's opinions with two motors that are needing help. $2,500. I think I came away pretty good. Bird. The way that I'm going to build these trucks, my truck is fine for the time being. You guys know my truck. I plan on doing videos on it because I know a bunch of people have asked me to go over the entire build again. I will do that, but my truck is fine, and for now, for the time being, the dually is fine. So the order in which they're going to get built are: the wife's crew cab is first in line. I got to get this ready for baby on the way. Then it is this one. Haven't come up with a name for either one of them yet. I know I've never told you the names of these two, but we'll come up with names for these ones. The crew cab is first. The extended 3/4 ton is second. The dually is probably third, because this thing absolutely deserves a full rebuild. Repaint it, because I didn't do the best job in the world, but it will get repainted. And then mine will probably be the last one to get completely redone. I would absolutely love to start tearing it apart right now, but right now these are the two vehicles that are running, and we've had this one the longest. This one has been unreliable. It has never left us stranded. It will continue to be the star of this channel, but this one definitely needs to get done. This one's my fun toy. I have ample amounts of time to deal with that thing. The dually absolutely deserves it, and this one I feel absolutely deserves it too, because it's going to look completely different than this current setup. So let me know what you guys think of the plans for this one. Let me know if you'd like me to go over any plans for the rest of these white monsters. And yeah, hope y'all enjoyed, and I will catch you legends in the next one.